The Avengers, or Avengers Assemble for those of us in the UK, released a flipping long time ago back in those heady days of 2012 where we were still high on post-Olympic fervor. The movie ended up being so successful at tying together the various strands of the Marvel Cinematic Universe that the superhero series of films would come to dominate the box office for the remainder of the decade and beyond. With a team of superheroes you've all seen before in other movies coming together to defeat a threat, it proved that these big climactic films to cap off various Marvel phases could work. Around the time the Avengers released, film star Scarlett Johansson ended up having an awkward interview where she had to clap back at an interviewer asking her whether or not she wore underwear in the film. In the interview, Johansson and co-star Jeremy Renner were being asked about the movie's costumes when the Black Widow star was asked, "Were you able to wear undergarments beneath her outfit?" For those who haven't seen the movie for a while, Johansson's character wears a sort of black spy bodysuit thing. The Jojo Rabbit star responded, saying, "You're like the fifth person that's asked me that today. What is going on? What? Since when did people start asking each other in interviews about their underwear?" The interviewer tried to tell her he was asking because her outfit was skin tight, but Johansson cut him off and said she would leave it up to your imagination and that she was wearing whatever you feel like I should be wearing or not wearing under that costume, sensing that he'd quite considerably crossed a line here. The interviewer tried to ask whether or not it was an inappropriate thing to bring up. To ask somebody what kind of underpants they wear, Johansson fired back before she wondered aloud, what kind of interview is this? A number of actors playing roles in superhero films have been asked about the difficulties their costume might pose, but very few get asked whether or not they could wear undergarments beneath it. Normally, the sort of chatter is successive Batman actors joking about telling the next one in line to make sure they can take off the suit quickly for trips to the toilet, and not a discussion over what, if anything, they're wearing underneath. Sadly, there are many examples of interviews which have taken a very awkward direction, like one Cara Delevingne did to promote the movie Paper Towns, where her interviewers told her, "Why don't you go take a little nap? Maybe get a Red Bull." The model later responded to the backlash surrounding the interview, saying it was a case of things being lost in transatlantic translation.